Welcome back everyone to episode 6. We are at the end of season number 3. We've got the winter tours ahead of us and we've actually got quite a lot of meaningful cricket. We've got an ODI tournament against Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Why is that important? Well, we're 6th, Pakistan are 3rd, Sri Lanka are above us. There's a great opportunity to try and get some ground because at the moment we're practically 40 points behind Australia. We then take the leap and we go to Australia to play in one-day cricket and T20 international cricket. A lot of white ball stuff. But this one's huge. One-day and T20 series against South Africa, plus 3 test matches. And then 2 test matches against Bangladesh. Now, T20 with the number 1 team in the world, test match number 1 in the world, and that's all great. But what is important is the World Test Championship. We've actually started to put ourselves in a decent position here. The fact is we've not lost a series since we started the save. 3 years and counting. Let's hold that true. I bet we're going to lose to Bangladesh, who are currently 4th in this competition. But a 54% win percentage is really, really strong. If we can keep this going, this runs through to the end of the year. All these matches are part of this competition. So we've just got to keep winning test match cricket, put ourselves in a position to win that. We've won the T20 World Cup as well. And the following year we go into World Cup campaigns again in one-day cricket and probably T20 cricket. So a lot to play for. Unfortunately for us in ODI cricket, we're not the best team. We're better than what we was at the start. We beat New Zealand away, but we've just got drubbed by Sri Lanka and India. Oh no, Ben Duckett isn't available. How long's he out for? 2 weeks, broken finger. He has been the linchpin of this team. 1,653 runs, a strike rate of 97, an average of 57. But we're going to have to go without him, and I don't even know how we start to fill that void. It won't be Jason Roy. Ali Orr is starting to light things up, averaging 47 in the championship, then flicking across to one-day cricket. Doesn't appear on the list, but he's not playing that format. But if we look at T20 cricket, which is probably as close as what you can get, current year has got a 167 strike rate. So I think we're going to go for a little bit of that. There's some good young players. We know we've got a good young player in Gareth Mayer. Averages 38 in one-day cricket. He's averaging 69. I think I'd be stupid not to try and get him in this squad. There is another player here who looks really good, 20 years old, Archie Mott, 48 average, 45 average and a 29 average. Not played one-day cricket this year, but he's averaging 50. I think that might be too many changes too soon, but Mayer is definitely going to get a run out. I don't know how we fit him into the squad. I think it's probably Sam Hain that ends up being removed. He's averaging 43 from 16 games, averaging 7 this year, 49 last year, 91 strike rate. Those numbers are actually really good. Essentially what we're trying to do is, our batting lineup is good. Can we take someone out and make it even better? The actual change that probably needs to be discussed in more detail is Ben Stokes. Averaging 10 with the bat this year. 19 with the bat this calendar year. 28 the year before, 61 the year before that. On a downward trajectory across all of it. And then with the ball, he is currently averaging 64 this year and 60 with the ball. I think I'm about to call time on Ben Stokes. There we go, I've done it. Things you didn't think you'd do today. Number 1, drop Ben Stokes. And then we've got to work out who is going to open the bowling for us. We do this every single time we come. I think Gus Atkinson's a shoe-in to do it. Averaging 24 in 2026. Looking relatively good. Not played that many games. Josh Tong. What do we do with you, Josh Tong? It's not quite worked out for you as of late. Reece Topley slightly expensive. First change bowlers. Jofra Archer's got to be one. I think Matty Potts has got to be one as well. He's been reasonably consistent for us. And we've got Rian Ahmed. So Reece Topley can drop out. But it does give us, I'm not sure about this, it gives us too many spin options. So I think Ali Orr's going to have to stay out. Matty Potts is going to come in. Doesn't mean we've got a tail from 6. It's the thing you don't, when you've not got your Ben Stokes there, it does cause you some problems in trying to make it work. But we are giving ODI debut to Gareth Mayer. We are a phenomenal 3-star rated team. And yes, it shows. Oh, we've pulled it back to 50-50, 178 for 3 after 31. Oh my days, we win 288. There's a lot to like about this. Mayer on debut, 76 off 94. Kid's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it in abundance. 69 average in tests, 76 in one day as 33 in T20s. I like it. Jimmy Roo with another 50. Don't call him Jimmy, I can't help it. Anyone called James, I automatically call them Jimmy. 282 Pakistan. They were cruising for a bruising here. They were ahead of the game. They're the blue line. They are ahead of the game. And then we make a decisive call. Will Jacks, 4 for 22 off 5 overs. He comes into the attack. We roll through the back end of the innings. Somehow pick up the victory. It's a victory, actually, from the depths of despair, because we had no chance of winning that game at one stage. Oh, we go big first innings. 3-5-2. Phil Salt run out for 138 off 135. Great knock. Third one-day century for us. Puts his average over 45 this year. 45 last year. Great knock. Mayer just comes in and casually adds another 68. That's back-to-back 50s on debut. Jimmy Roo, 43 off 16. And Predictor likes us, but we are playing against Nissanka, who always scores runs against us, which I can show you. All formats, 594 runs, an average of 42, 550s. And we do it. 312 they got. It was in the balance. Nissanka, 64. Rupa Singhi, 51. Kelpage, 91. Kumadu, 42. It was looking really tight. We had 20 overs of spin. Ahmed went at 7s. Jacks at 4.4. It was really good. And they had a good partnership going until the 36th over. And then the wicket train just exploded. Sri Lanka were ahead of the rate, but ran out of wickets. Gus Atkinson ran through the back end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 5 wickets he took. Incredible effort by him. Josh Tong with a wicket in the mixer as well. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wickets in 7 overs. Winners the game were 2-2, which is a good place to be. But let's not forget we were 3-3 in the T20 World Cup and still didn't make it through. Josh Tong, very expensive this year. 91 average going at 7.6. I feel he's got a game in him though, Josh Tong. He was 20 odd wickets at 20 last year. And we're home. Bowl them for 230. Rian Ahmed 5 for 48. Will Jacks went at 5.35. Stifled him in the middle overs. Jofra Archer picked up 3, which was much needed. He got rid of Fazir, Babar Azam. Babar Azam's been really poor on this game when we've played against him. But good bowling performance. And with the bat, we do enough. 121 for the opening partnership. Will Jacks slotted into opening the batting really nicely. Looks like he's got something about him with the bat at the top of the order. And Mayer, 46 not out. What a start to his career. He only missed out on getting 3 scores of 50 and above by the fact that we weren't chasing that many. Now we need to check this because we're 3-3, but there's no chance we can get knocked out this time. Pakistan on 2, Sri Lanka on 1, and we've got Sri Lanka to play. Also, don't underestimate what this means for the world rankings. We're up to 5th. Phil Salt up to 9th in the batting table with the ball. Gus Atkinson in 5th. Archer 8th. Topley 9th. Except we're not playing Topley. I can't believe we've won this game. We were poor. We get 201 for 8. We got blown out at the top. 3 for 22. But James Roo, 66 off 76. He is a great player for us. Great player. 35 innings, averaging 42. That's a good baseline. 11 50s. Gets it done. Gets us to 200. Low score, but we take wickets in the power play. We get 4 of these bad boys. Gus Atkinson, wicket first over, wicket third over. Oh, and then there was another wicket in the 7th over. So maybe not quite. But it was a good performance. Topley with 2 for 29 going at 3.62. That was really good to see. Tong with 3 wickets was really good to see. We go 4 for 4. And watch out, world rankings, we're on 88 big bad points. 4-0 going into the final. I'm going to stick with Reece Topley. Batting lineup is looking pretty good. Josh Buttler, not sure what's going on there. He is coming in right at the end though, unfortunately, and not getting a whole lot of batting time. We dropped down to 2.5 star rated team. That's since we made the Topley move, but we've won the toss, we're going to bat. And we go well. 3-2-3. Joe Root with 100. He's had a quiet series. Extremely quiet series. But he's a man of 20 one-day hundreds. And he pulls one out the bag here. James Root with 91. Well done, Jimmy Ladd. Love to see that 12.50. He's shy of getting the full jug in. But we get out a bit of a hole. We are rejuvenated in one-day international cricket. We win it. We get 232. 227 all out. Fazir 105. He was the linchpin of their innings, trying to hold it together. He had a great series, but not as great as Gus Atkinson, who's picked up 4 twice and a 5 in the series. Solidified him and Josh Tong at the top. Josh Tong a bit inconsistent, but Archer and Topley good. Ahmed and Jax really good. I like what we're doing. We win the competition. And we stay in 5th on 90 points. But it's a really good place to be. It's a good series for us. Ben Duckett, can't wait to have him back. Jimmy Roos into the top 10 now. And with the ball, Reece Topley up to 7th. And Gus Atkinson is number 1 in the world in one-day cricket. Watch this space. If we get through to the end of the year, there's a chance we've got the number 1 bowler in ODI cricket and the number 1 bowler in T20 cricket. I take that back about T20 cricket. We've got no one in the top 12 now. As we go to Australia, starting off with the one-day game. We've got 3 games against them. Australia, number 1 ranked team in the world, just from India on 126. We're on 90 in number 5th. Number 5. Unchanged team. Ben Duckett still out injured. No change to the lineup whatsoever. This is a team that's just swept 5-0 in Pakistan against Sri Lanka and Pakistan. Cruising. 170 all out Australia. This is the biggest change. It's not the batting. The batting's been good for a while, but the bowling is exceptional. Topley with 4 for 37. Atkinson 3 for 25. We get through. Travis Head going strong. We rip through a really good middle order and we just cruise home with Mayer 63 not out. That man epitomises form. Big series for us this against Australia. We lost to them in T20 cricket at home. We lost to them in ODI cricket at home. 8-0 in total and drew the Ashes. Can we finally get one over on them? We had no right to win this, but we win again. We win a series against Australia and we win it down under. With the bat, Josh Buttler 59. Is that his highest score this season in ODI cricket? Yes, he's been relatively quiet since he's just been sneaking down the order. Phil Salt with 61 at the top. But it's the restriction. We're a bowler restrictor with the ball. Economy rate's pretty good except just Tong. But he got 2 wickets in the power play. Like, give or take, 2 wickets in the power play is a big deal for us, I believe. 3 for 60 at one stage. 4 for Rian Ahmed, ripped through the back end of the innings. We're 2-0 against Australia in Australia. There's a lot to like about it. Josh Tong's stats aren't very good, but I'm going to keep with him. I'm just going to keep sticking with this team that's working. I'd love to get Will Jacks back down the order and Ben Duckett back in, but hopefully for the next series. I can't believe we've won this game. We get 268, Salt 50, Mayer 50. A lot not to like about it. I think Will Jacks' time at the top of the order is due for a change. But honestly, they are cruising here. 155 for none at one stage, chasing 260. And we win the game. And I don't know how we've done it. Partnership, 155 for that first wicket. They're so far ahead of our run rate. It's an actual joke. And then the middle overs, bang, 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 bang. We run straight through them. Out of nowhere, Archer picks up a wicket. Then Ahmed with a wicket, then Ahmed with a wicket, and then Ahmed with 2 wickets and over, and Ahmed with another wicket. All of a sudden, we've got them on the back foot. I changed to Will Jacks, we changed tack, we've got spinners going on. Gus Atkinson comes on and takes 2, Archer cleans them up. We sweep Australia 3-0 away from home, and there's so much to like about this team. Buttler, Salt and Mayer, astonishing with the bat. With the ball, Rian Ahmed 11 wickets at 10. He's now got a career average of 22 with the ball. He's incredible. Gus Atkinson, 7 wickets at 15 in the series. He's now averaging 28 with the ball. Archer was good. Topley, good enough. Tong, we probably won't talk about that. But 3-0 away from home. We're on 95 points. We are on the march. Salt stays in 9th. And Gus Atkinson's lead at number 1 in the world for bowlers is outstanding. 1,006 points. That's a game fault. But we've got to do it again. We've got a bit of T20 cricket. We've won the T20 World Cup. That's a good place to be. There's another new young kid on the block, Matt Kay, averaging 74 in one-day cricket, 46 in first-class cricket, and 41. Oh my days! We're starting to see some good young players coming through. No place for Harry Brook in this squad still. Most underwhelming player going around. Liam Livingstone is having an outstanding season. 860 runs at a 155 strike rate. This is in T20 cricket. I'm also bringing Jofra Archer into the squad. I've been quite impressed with what he's done. Topley's out. Potts has got to be in. He's got a 6.8 economy rate this year. Last year, 8.23. Lewis Gregory's been defined, and we're going to give Jofra Archer a run out. Question is, what do we do with the new ball? And it's been Topley and Atkinson pretty much the whole time, hasn't it? Atkinson slightly expensive. First change, Lewis Gregory's been great. If we just look at 2000... Gregory and Potts has got to be the change. So I think we're going to give a bit of Joff the new ball. Not sure what's going to work out. We're a 4 and 3 quarter star rated team in a format we've already completed, bro. We win 153 for 8. Again, I'm going to call it out. There's a great performance from the spinners. Ahmed going at 3.25 and Jacks at 6.5 because the seamers were getting blown about the park. And you can see on the run rates, they were way ahead of most of this game, but we just crept them at the end. 3 for 31 for Gus Atkinson. He's turned into a good multi-format player for us. And then with the bat, we're in control, but Liam Livingstone, 23 off 5, kind of seals the deal. Win by 7, 101 all out. We roll them at the top. Atkinson and Archer. Archer taking 1, going at 8. Okay, but Gus Atkinson with 3. Wicket spread around. Bowl them out for 100. Knock them off. Josh Buttler, 37 off 33. Just feels like our bowling attack is really, really humming. Mayers just hit a 20 ball 50. And we need 13 off the last over. We win 23% of the time. Rian Ahmed, Lewis Gregory. 23 off 16 playing miss. In fact, Nick behind. He's actually going to take a miracle because we're batting with the tail ball in the air. Oh, he's dropped the ball and we might even pick up a couple of runs. That could be huge. 11 to win off 4. O'Neill into Atkinson, LBW, stone dead. Jofra with a single. Puts Lewis Gregory on strike. We need 10 off 1. 10 off 1. It's not going to be done. We're going to lose again. Why did you defend the last ball? Good effort. Good effort in chasing. Mayer's 50 off 21 balls was a real eye-opener to what he might be able to go and achieve. But 2-1 up. Let's win this and win the series. That would be big. We win. Bowl them out for 114. Atkinson 3 for 11. This guy is just on another level. 3 for 4 for 3 for. He's having an incredibly inspired winter so far. Wicket spread around. Rian Ahmed with 3 as well. Don't forget how good that kid is. We knock them off. We cruise home, to be fair. We could have put in a bigger chase, but we didn't need to. Yeah, we've been roast chicken there. They get 214. Huge score, to be fair. They bat really well. Steve Smith with a really well-made 70. Josh Inglis, 37 off 10. 7 boundaries in 10 balls. That's not a bad effort. We're 150 for 9. Mayer with a decent score, 52 off 37, but batted really slow for the majority of it. But we've won a series in Australia. We've won back-to-back white ball series. Josh Buttler, 151 strike rate, 151 runs, 111 strike rate's a little concerning. So Salt. But we weren't really chasing that much because the batting was so good. Mayer was, in fact, the best batter with a 142 strike rate. Atkinson, 16 wickets at 8 with a 6.89 economy. Rian Ahmed, fantastic. Matty Potts, superb. Gregory, good enough. Archer, slightly expensive. T20 rankings, we continue to absolutely thrive. With the bat, Josh Buttler's at number 1, but we've already ticked that off. Interesting to note, Test match. Number 1, Rian Ahmed. Number 1, Jimmy Anderson. Number 2, Jimmy Anderson. And it means this. We are in contention for the number 1 Test bowler, ODI bowler and T20 bowler in the world. Thanks to Gus Atkinson being number 1 in T20 cricket and number 1 in ODI cricket. Duckett's number 3 in Test cricket. What that actually means is We've got 4 on Amber Watch. The bowlers for all 3 formats, the batter for Test cricket as well. Potential to do something great. But first, we've got to go to South Africa, and this has got huge implications. It's got the Test Match World Championship. Win these 3 tests were great. Make a muffle of it. We're up the creek, and we've got to keep our ODI form rolling because we're up to 4th. And keep these guys at the top of the innings doing well. There's a couple of kids coming through as well. This is first class cricket career records. If we look at it, May is in 3rd all time out of players who still playing the game. Crowe with an average of 58 is good. Edwards, 56 batting average, 51 in one day cricket. Someone to look out for. Josh Bohannon's up there. Ollie Pope's up there. And there's this guy, Stuart Marshall, 24 years old, averaging 49 this year. 4 centuries to his name, 74 in one day cricket. He looks like a player for the future. Young Albert, I know, is a good player on the game. Is he test match quality? I don't know. Harry Brooks going to retain. Oh, does he? Does he? I think Ali Orr's going to have a little look-see at this squad as we take 18 away. I think this is the team we're going for. Crawley and Duckett at the top is a given. We've got Rishi Patel and Ali Orr who could come in. Root at 3. Mayer at 4, who's had a great year so far. Jimmy Rowe at 5. Stokes at 6. Then Price, 14 wickets at 25. Batting average of 27 looks good. Rian Ahmed, Atkinson, Tong and Anderson. The pitch doesn't look great for Rian Ahmed, but this does give us plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seam bowling options. I don't want Stokes to be the 5th bowler. Essentially, someone averaging 40. I feel we've got better that we can use. And one more time, Jimmy Anderson, 813 test wickets. 4.5-star rated team. We've got it going for us here. We're going to try and bat the best of the conditions and then bowl them out. That's how cricket works. Pretty even, this. Oh, we're so close to a win. 6 hours, 17 lost. We practically lost the entirety of the 5th day. We got rescued 3-2-5. Duckett with 50, but Price with 50, Ahmed with 50, Atkinson 45 really saved us. They put on 128 because we were 5 for 108. Staring down the barrel. We take a first innings lead. Tristan Stubbs scores 100. Tom Price 4 for 42. Gus Atkinson 3 wickets. That's pretty good. And then day 4, the pitch flattens out. The weather looks beautiful. Zach Crawley misses out. Ben Duckett scores 254. Career best, where's Test Match Cricket? 254 not out. Career best for him. Joe Root, 183. We score our runs at a great rate. And effectively, we've got, because of the rain, I actually gave us over 4 sessions to bowl them out. But we only had 68 overs to bowl, and we do great. Gus Atkinson with 5. Multi-format cricketer now. We gave ourselves a chance, but we couldn't quite get the last wicket over the line. Fine effort. We don't pick up the win, and it probably does impact this. No, 55. What is? We're still okay, but it updates at the end of the series. One change to the team. Big Joff coming into the team. Oh, halfway through, it's a close, tight battle again. 405 all out. They get runs. Tristan Stubbs again. Marco Janssen, he can bat. They look really good at the top of the order. Adrian Markham, 79 after 95, really kind of blew us away a little bit. We struggled to stay with them, but centuries for Crawley. He scores 111 off 162. He needed that after missing out. Ben Duckett goes big again. Back-to-back centuries in innings for him. 9th Test match century. Joe Root with another century. He needed that. His Test match form it's sporadic. But now, this year, he's averaging 56 with 3 centuries. So he's turned it around. We're on the end of day 3, and we've got rain coming again. If we can blow them away, we've got a chance. 289 all out. Tom Price with 5. Is he a Test match cricketer? Well, he's got 33 wickets at 26 now, so he's starting to look pretty good. We've got 206 to chase, and we've got rain for the whole of the next day. Final session, 76 to win. Rain is planned. Can we win? No rain! 59 minutes lost. We've got 24 overs to knock off 35, and we do it by 3 wickets. Mayer 49, Duckett 48. I thought at one stage I was like, no, we're going to lose this, but Atkinson 11, Stokes 28, get us across the line. We're 1-0 up. Not impressed with Jofra Archer since he's come into the team. I'm just going to put that out there, and I'm going to have a little divert towards a Matty Potts who was pretty good in this first change role a year ago. We take a lead in the first. They get 3-6-2. Somerville with 149. Not many chances going on here, but he looks to be a solid player, averaging 58, age 23. That's something that's pretty useful. Gus Atkinson with 4 wickets. Form. Just absolute form. And we get 413. James Rue, 132. Needed that in this series. But his test match record, generally batting down the order, but now he's moved up a little bit, averaging 51. Ben Stokes with 100. Joe Root with 50. We've given ourselves a chance. Where are we? Day 3, session 3. It's gonna be a result of some description. Well, it's not going to get rained off, put it that way. Wow. We've got a great chance. 192 to win. Rian Ahmed's just blown them away. They were looking solid at 86 for none at one stage. Ahmed with 5. Atkinson with 4. If we look when the wickets fell, nothing around here. And then about over 52, the floodgates just open. Rian Ahmed, Gus Atkinson with a wicket. Rian Ahmed with a wicket. Atkinson with a wicket. And then back-to-back overs. We roll through the back end. They lose their last few wickets in about 15 overs. And we get home by 7 wickets. Mayer, 18 not out. 187 balls. Sensible. Just did enough to get us across the line. He needed that after a little brief poor spell, but averaging 56. Crawley with 72 has been pretty reasonable in this series. Go with his big bang score. But we beat South Africa away from home 2-0. We're still number 1 team in the world. Ben Duckett. Oh, let's put another watch on Ben Duckett. Number 1 rated batter in Test cricket. And Rian Ahmed, number 1 rated bowler in Test cricket. But the series was really just all about Ben Duckett. 535 runs, an average of 107. Strike rate of 76. Root was good. Crawley was good. Mayer was good. Rue was good. Stokes was good. Top 6, outstanding. You can't ask for anything more than that. They all averaged over 40. And then with the ball, Atkinson, Price and Ahmed. Amazing. But is the time right for Jimmy Anderson? Is it? This year, 26 wickets at 38. There's a big drop-off. And in this series, he never really looked like taking wickets. But what you love to see is we're now up to 57.89 on this. Sri Lanka, New Zealand, Bangladesh, Australia, India way off. But let's keep the good times rolling. We've got 3 one-dayers against South Africa. Think where we're going to end up here. I'm torn. It looks a seamer's deck, so I think Jacks is out. I don't want to take Will Jacks out because his economy rate is so good. Maybe I'm going to try 2 spinners. Jacks down the order. Ben Duckett back to take his rightful place at number 1. We are on a tear in one-day cricket. 5 series wins, 7 lost. That's okay. Almost 50% win percentage. That's okay. But the fact is, we've just beat Australia and we've just won the competition in Pakistan. We're turning the corner and we lose. They get 3-3-4. Dewald Brevis, first time I've seen his name doing something meaningful in the series. A man with plenty of potential. Only 23 years old, so he's about 20 now. We get smashed around. I really struggled having one less bowler in the team, another option. With the bat, we were pretty good. Salt was good, Root good. Mayer, 94 off 95, no doubt, took us close. But yeah, just didn't quite feel I've got the best balance that allows us to change tack enough, because I feel like that's what's been really useful for us. The only way to do that is to get rid of a Duckett or a Salt or a Root. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's a play, it's a change, but May's at 3, Root 4. It's a long tail, but we've done it to try and take wickets. Since we've been taking wickets, we've been a reasonable team. That worked. 195 all out. I do feel there's value in having your seamers bowl until probably over 20 in the game. Spinners too early, don't seem to work out, but it worked out here. Ahmed 2, Jacks 3. Some lovely stuff, and we cruise. I didn't up the aggression here at all. I just let it play out, and it played out nicely. The constraint is if the top order fails, we're in a little bit of a hole. But we're taking South Africa to a decider. Can Ben Duckett go big one more time? He could sneak the top. Gus Atkinson way clear. Way clear here. Joff Archer in 5th as well is a bit of a surprise. Great first innings. Duckett does go big. 137 of the finest. One-day average at 55. One of the great players of the game. Salt with 50. Butler 53 off 42. We hit 6s towards the end. Lose. Koning 100. Stubbs 100 off 62 is brutal. Forrester 34. too good. I bowled the spin too long. Lose the series 2-1. Still leaves us in 4th, which is good. Let's go do it. Let's beat South Africa and then let's go beat Bangladesh and top off what has been an excellent season for us. I've got a slight concern, and its name is Jos Buttler, whose strike rate per year has gone from 166 down to 128, which is just below the team strike rate, and his batting average has dipped to the worst so far. But we can't all be in the Ben Duckett mould, where you're just a machine. Also, Mayer 127 strike rate. He is average aggression, and a defensive in one day in T20 cricket. So we've got to try and work that up. And we're going to do it. Batting specialism. Aggression. Some concerns. The strike rate this year in T20 cricket is pretty poor, actually, across the board. Lewis Gregory 176, pretty good. Livingston 150. Lack of consistency throughout, particularly if we go back a year and we see Salt and Buttler shining, Ben Duckett looking amazing. But it is what it is. The series doesn't really count, but we do want to keep heading in the direction with the ball and Gus Atkinson, who gets a wicket first over. Who the very next ball gets another wicket. He's on a hat-trick. And the hat-trick ball to Quinton de Kock. No run. Lose by 22. Quinton de Kock 83. Atkinson got those 2. Archer with 1. We had him 3 for 8. But they still made a big score. De Kock was unstoppable, unflappable. 2 catchable shots in his innings. Forrester with 35. Markram with runs. Stubbs. All fast runs. Potts, Gregory, Jacks all went around the park. But Jacks added runs and Gregory down the order. We were way off this game, but we actually ran it a bit close. We had 27 to win off the last over. We didn't get anywhere near. Top order dismantled. Livingston shouldn't be in the top 6. I've always said that about him on the game, but I keep falling back to him. So I am going to make a conscious decision to remove him from the team. Jordan Cox is batting at 5. I'm just not happy with that top 6. Next season is the revamp of this top 6. It's got to change. Smashed. Like, obliterated. We were going really well here at 2 for 60. Our run rate was going superb. And then we just capitulated. The tail got blown off. And they knocked them off in 14 overs. Will Jacks went at 13s. Win by a run. 199. Jos Buttler, welcome to the party. Jacks has had a pretty good series with about 54 and a 35 batting down the order. We get 199, win by a run. De Kock's had a great series. 2 really meaningful, game-changing sort of innings. Tristan Stubbs is incredible on the game. But Rian Ahmed, 3 for 8, going at 8.75 and over. We lose the series. I'm okay with that. But the batting has soured me quite a lot. In fact, Buttler 189 strike rate on the series. Salt 151 strike rate. Average really poor. But Duckett, Mayer, that didn't work out. And with the ball, actually, this is probably the worst we've been. Does mean we're going to stay top by a point. Butler's going to stay top by about 80. Gus Atkinson is looking like he's going to hold on and give us another green badge. As we go and tour Bangladesh. This is it. This is probably the last we're ever going to see of Jimmy Anderson. 44 years old, 817 wickets. You've got one more flat subcontinent tour in you, haven't you? But we have seen a decline in his figures. His average this year is 33, which is the worst it's been. Economy rate still holds strong, but strike rate has dipped off a cliff. Josh Tong averaging 34. Rian Ahmed has been a game changer for us. Sorry, Josh Tong averaging 34, you're right. Jack Leach, do we bring Leach in and take him as a second spinner? And just in case we get those sort of pitches. Tom Price has probably made this his home. Averaging 20 this year with a strike rate of 40. I'm a big fan of that. Gus Atkinson's come in and averaged 23 this year. I'm not taking Ollie Robinson on tour. Jack Leach is in as the second spinner if needed. And with the bat in Test cricket, it's a Ben Duckett show. 6 centuries for him, 9 for Joe Root. He's averaging 55 this year, strike rate of 50. He's been really good. What I like about this view, gives you the team. So all these slightly greyed out stats, that's our team average. And you can see how much better they are. Zach Crawley's been on a little bit of a run, hasn't he? 61 strike rate, average of 43, average over 40 every single season. There's 3 top 6. Jimmy Rue's been exceptional since she's come in, averaging 47. Mayer's coming in and is averaging 52, which is really nice. And this is a big series. Win here, we're giving ourselves an opportunity in the 2025 to 2027 Test World Championship. It doesn't give you the full fixtures at the start of the game, but there are other fixtures after this series. Australia are playing India at the moment, then Australia have Bangladesh, Pakistan versus New Zealand. So if we can creep ourselves into that 60-65% point, we're in a really good place. We've already had the number one... we've not actually. I was about to say we've already had the number one test batter in the world. We haven't, but Duckett's number one, a chance to hold on to that. And Rian Ahmed number one with the ball, a chance to hold on to that. So lots to play for. It wants us to pick Ali Orr, but I'm going with the Crow, who hasn't given us a reason to drop him for the young lad. 7 matches to his name, averaging 38, averaging 58 in county cricket or in domestic first-class game. Lots of 50s this year. He hasn't gone on and had a massive season. Conditions, well, I think this means it's going to be a seamer coming into the team, which it will be. It will be Jimmy Anderson, Price, Ahmed and Stokes. Archer, Tong not getting a game. Potts not getting a game. Rishi Patel warming the bench. So is Ali Orr. Can we go do it? We're 4 stars away in Bangladesh. A place actually quite hard to win on the game. And the predictor only likes us 56% of the time. And we win big. An innings and 101 in what was a really interesting batting performance from us. Gus Atkinson with 575 was great in this first innings. Ben Stokes going as usual, quite expensive on the game. But they had a really good partnership between the Hossain players. Can't say they're related. 124 partnership. They get 287. And we at one stage are 3 for 97. And we got blown out. This middle order, Mayer, Crow, Roos, Stokes and Ahmed all failed. But we've got batting depth with all-rounder Tom Price coming in at number 9, who's got a first-class average of 30. Well, him and Root make hay. They put on 189 and then Price and Atkinson put on 184. Root makes a double century, which gives him his 41st Test match century, now averaging over 50 again. Price makes a first Test match century to his name. He's averaging 29 in Test match cricket. We bowled him out for 149. Rian Ahmed with 3. Jimmy Anderson with 4. Rolling back the years, taking him up to 822. And Ben Duckett might lose the number 1 slot at the Test batting, but it might be to Joe Root. We need one of those players to have a massive game. Rian Ahmed needs to have a massive game as well because Jasprit Bumrah's on his tail and he's currently playing against Australia. I'm just going to have a look at Ali Orr in this game. I'm dropping Crow. Not really done much wrong, averaging 40 this year. But I want to have a look at Ali Orr. He's an opener, but he's batting in the middle order. We're 4 and a bit star rated team. I've got a pitch that might offer a bit of turn later on. We're going to bat. That first day could have gone better. 184 we bat. We get bowled out in 57 overs. Mayer makes about a 50 ball 50 when he got... Oh no, was he slower? About a 60 ball 50. He batted really well. But again, Roo, pretty poor. Bottom end of the batting got blown out. But we've just picked up 2 wickets with the final over of the day. Price has struck twice to get us in this game. 75 behind. Oh, the game's in the balance. We bowled them out for 205, so they take a 20-run lead. Rian Ahmed 3 for 5. That's pretty useful. Price with 3 for as well. And then we get 386. Ben Duckett, we needed a big innings to try and stay number 1 in the world. He gets 118. Much needed, 118. There's some good stuff in there from Ben Duckett, but there's also a lot of low scores. Averaging 47, 10 Test match centuries to his name. Stokes with 83. Stokes has actually been really good with the bat for us. Averages 37 this year, 22 last year. Okay, so maybe not that good, but it does feel like he scores runs down the order. So does Price. They need 366. This is to win the series. Huge game in the Test World Championship for us. It's a turning pitch on day 3. And we get home by 91 runs. We bowl them out for 274. Rian Ahmed 251. Gus Atkinson with 4 for. It was just starting to get a little close with the 68 partnership behind Shikdar and Ali. but we do enough. Rian Ahmed has had a quiet series, 3 for 3 for 2 for 1 for. It's a good series. Gus Atkinson's had a better series. And it's a 2-0 victory. We're still undefeated in Test match cricket in terms of series. Price was great. Duckett was great. Mayer averaged 40 without setting the world alight. That was off the back of 250s in a game. So not bad. Crow, Ali Orr didn't do anything when he came into the team. Jimmy Rue was a walking wicket for us, unfortunately. And with the ball, Atkinson 11, Ahmed 9 at 10, Anderson 9 at 17. I can't believe he's going to go. That's going to be the end of Anderson. It is the end of our series, but there are other test matches still going on. It puts us into second on 61.89 with New Zealand. And New Zealand have got 2 tests coming up against Pakistan. Sri Lanka are playing against South Africa. They're big test matches. So here we go. We're going to press enter and we're going to see what we're going to get. We're at the end of the season. The Test World Championship, we're still in second. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. New Zealand thrash Pakistan by... What a test series. Pakistan win by 351. New Zealand win by 400 odd. Oh, they score 500 in the second innings. Oh, Finn Allen. Finn Allen playing test cricket. What's going on in the world? The time. We finished the season number 1 in test cricket. Number 4 in ODI cricket. Number 1 in T20 cricket. We've got the number 1 test batter in the world. We don't have the number 1. Ben Duckett's so close. 5 points off the one-day title. We've got the number 1 batter in T20 cricket. We already had that, but we've still got it. We've got the number 1 bowler in test cricket with Rian Ahmed. We've got the number 1 bowler in ODI cricket in Gus Atkinson. Oh, we've been pipped! Gus Atkinson has been pipped in T20 cricket. He's number 2 with 1,046 points. Zach Fulks, what have you done this year? T20 cricket, 24 at 19. Seriously? That's what we're dealing with? 74 wickets at 13 in the previous year. That's outrageous numbers. So this is what we look like. We still need to be the number 1 ODI team. We need to win the Test World Championship, which we've got opportunities. We need to win the ODI World Cup, win the Champions Trophy, and have the best ODI batter and best T20I bowler in the world at the end of the season. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll catch you soon.